Hey YouTube, it's John from TCG. Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to the Vault. Today I have our finals gameplay video from Koalaty Games with my Gogeta BR deck versus Jim and his Cooler Mill deck. And today on the channel I have Jim and Joe for narrating the video. Jim and Joe, welcome to the channel. And Jim, how do you feel finally getting to the finals?
Fun, enjoyable, joyous. How's your day, John?
It's going great. I enjoyed last week's locals. I was just playing this deck for fun. I was really surprised. I actually even got to the finals.
Same.
Joe, how was yours?
I was dead last.
Well, you could have avoided that, but
No.
all right. But anyway, but yes, but you were playing Sin Shenron last week, right?
Correct.
All right. Yeah. So last week we had a smaller crowd, just 10 people show up. One of our players was Robbie was sick, I guess, or tired, I don't know, and then Xavier was preoccupied with another activity, and same with some other local players. But we still have a recurring crowd coming in, which was great. Still had 10 players, 4 rounds going for best of 1. Starting off, I think I won the die roll, Jim, and I charged 1. No, you won the die roll and you charged 1. All right, and then I charged 1 peeps. That's it. And
Also, I just want to say there's a glare on the cards. The first card that I charged was the 5-drop SPR Frieza. That's red blue.
Yeah, so that's you get your perfect energy already active. So that's good for you. I know with me it sucks because I know one of the weaknesses with this deck I was gonna have to get around was the fact that when Veku is minused, it's not KO'd. And you have all your coolers that can do that. So that was one thing I was worried about in the match. Something I didn't realize I did to myself, which we'll go over at the end of the game, is what screwed, what kind of put me in a pinch. But I know one thing was the fact that you had that 2-drop cooler, and I had to keep going through milling and milling and milling and going through that. But what did you think about your matchups through the day?
My matchups, round 1, I went against Android 17. That was just fun. Like, he had all his little barrier boys, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Neg them all to death. Round 2, we don't talk about round 2. And round 3.
What was your round 2?
Round 2 was
Oh wait, did you play against Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about it?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
I said, why don't we?
Oh, you want to?
Sure.
Alright, so turn 1, I go first. I charge a multi. Joe goes next. He taps an energy, ices, plays the 1-star ball, swings with later. I'm like, alright, cool. You're a super combo. Untap, tap, cooler, neg the ball to death. And then it just went downhill from there.
I'm so sorry.
I don't really remember what happened.
No,
I don't remember what happened the rest.
But other than that, I mean, my games were weird. Also, just note, I played the baby Unison because I was just trying to avoid playing the Veku because I'm like, he's gonna do something. So I wanted to get a hand size above you, and then also have a big Unison. But outside of that, my games I played against Yellow Broly round 1, and then that was funny because he wouldn't swing at me, but then at the end I'm like, okay, so then I was refusing to swing at him, and he played Green Broly and he was refusing to swing. So since neither of us wanted to swing and I gain advantage when people don't swing, he ended up losing because of the Gogeta burn. And then round 2 wasn't against you, Joe, was it?
No,
I think it was.
No, round 1 I wasn't against Joe. No, yeah, so then Jim, you didn't play against Joe round 2. You played against him round 3.
Oh, I played against Charles, Android 16, round 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, so then round 2 I was against Joe, and I knew I was absolutely going to lose that matchup. But the only thing, Joe, you would have won if you just didn't forget about the big drop.
I didn't forget. I just thought you had the Kale in hand, and I decided not to play it because I thought you were gonna just get rid of my big guy.
Oh, never mind.
So
But yeah, so that one, I was clenching my cheeks because it was Sin Shenron. If he just keeps the 9-drop on the field the entire time, I have to go use excess mana and excess energy, just like resources to get around it. I was awakened at that time, but I was trying to go for the kill, and it was just so hard to try to kill him without losing all my abilities and barrier. But I managed to get that. Round 3 was against one of our players, Castro. He was playing a cool spin on Bulma from the Battle of the Gods movie, with the U7 package, the generic stuff. And it was very interesting because we were two decks that just stare at each other because he had a bunch of blockers, and he didn't want to hit my Veku unless he had a way to neg it. And then I know I was just staying there because I just kept getting Vekus and producing him. And then I was able to floodgate him and then also negate his stuff to just play I was able to play 10-drop Gogeta and win that way again. Because I'm playing this more of that way, because also during Castro's game I was able to win because I did play the kill, the one that Joe was afraid of. I managed to play it during Castro's game, and I wiped his field, swung in his unison because he had the red Vegito unison that was gonna like prevent me from doing Union Fusions. So I was able to do that, get rid of that, and then I was able to go into Gogeta then the following turn. And then we surprisingly, because the system down paired Jim originally, I think twice, right?
Yeah, thanks.
And so Jim was whining about it the whole night, and here we are. Because of Jim, we ended up with the 4th round.
Yeah.
But
not my fault.
But like, tell me, Jim, like, ideally, like, what's your go-to play throughout this entire with this deck? Like, do you want people attacking you? Do you want people not attacking you? What do you want on your field?
My ideal thing is, like, if my opponent plays a unison, I will never swing at the leader because I don't want them to get more hand advantage with the life, and I want them to work harder for them to awaken. So swinging at a unison, like, that's just like free attacks. Like, my leader swings into unison, I get to draw a card. You don't get to add a card from your life to your hand, and if I want, I'll rival. And but my ideal thing is obviously multicolor energy.
Yeah, that's already a hindrance on it too.
Yeah, and that multicolor cooler I have on board right now, I love it. Like, it has barrier, it negs a card on play, and it makes your opponent mill a card every turn.
It's the end of their turn, right? Is when it does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one of is great, and worst case scenario, I open it turn 1, no other multicolor, I'll charge it.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you saying you only play one of that cooler, or you want to open with at least one?
Both, actually. I only run the one, and I would like to open it.
Are you going to try and bump it up or no?
Hell no.
That's fair.
Like, the card's good, but let's be honest, the card's bad.
You're not wrong there. And then going on with that too, you just had the announcement for some new cooler stuff as well too, with the new upcoming set. How do you feel about that?
I love it.
Because Joe and Jim both are interested in cooler, but Joe, you're interested in yellow cooler, Jim's in the green cooler. How do you both feel about that for a cooler as a character with the new stuff?
Should be fun.
Joe can go first.
I'm good. Should be fun.
Oh, okay. I love it. Green cooler looks really fun. It has the Dark Broly treatment, where I have all these cards in my hand that are useless. I'm gonna activate battle and get rid of them.
See, and I feel like that's gonna be a thing. That I feel like they may errata that to once per turn, because once per battle at least. Because I feel like, so my opinion was I like the new yellow Goku swag coup with the unisons, and shut up. And I like it. I personally like the idea. I like the unisons and whatnot. The only thing I think is kind of dumb is the Cooler has the same built effect, but the Goku has to rely on a battle card, a 3-drop barrier battle card, to get a combo once per I think it's once per turn with a unison card. And I personally think that's kind of dumb. I think at least on the leader we should get like some kind of Invoker Goku treatment where it's once per battle you can do it. I especially think if we're not since we didn't get on the Goku, I think that's how the Cooler should be, because I think that just opens up too much of an advantage for it. Outside of that though, like looking right now, we are getting to that point where I'm starting to play Floodgates into Gates. This is actually I think this is one of the first times in the tournament I actually played Topo. I think I did it one other time, but you wanted to. The one thing I knew was he's trying to swing so he can arrival. So I was trying to find a way just to do I negate it? Do I let him do it? What do I do? Because I didn't want to keep having to mill. And I think in this one I let you do it.
I think so. Also, my hand is trying as hell, and I had a monkey in hand, so technically I'm just dropping one card.
Yeah, because then you just it's essentially you want it in your drop anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that though, I know you see you're playing the Boo, getting all that done, getting your arrivals in. I do have a technical issue I'm going to address real quick, but Jim, explaining more about your deck while I am gone. Let us know more about your deck and how you felt throughout the day in this game.
Alright, so what I really like about this version of Cooler is the Sin Unison. I think it's better than the Jiren Unison, in my opinion. Its +1 is neg up to 2 cards on the board. I believe it's 15k. So I get 2 mills, and then the -2 is I get to look at my opponent's hand. Jiren can't do that. So that's why I like. Oh, he can also attack active battle cards. So there's that. And John, you got ceilings me, and I just brought up the Cooler again. I know that's what you wanted, but
see, now the funny I am back from that issue, but the funny thing is I didn't realize. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have just God sealing the Cooler.
I mean, I'm not gonna really. Well, yeah. Oh, okay. I was confused. I'm like, why did I put the Cooler back in hand?
Because I got sealed, and then you just play it again. I'm pretty sure. Or no, you bounced it off Boo, right?
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, why did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm doing all this arrival crap without the Beerus super combo.
I was gonna say, because you didn't hit one till the end, right?
I don't remember if I hit one at all.
Because now we're on my turn, and I'm trying to think what I end up doing something. Because let me see. I think either I hard cast or I play the Gogeta. That ramps me 2 at the end of my turn. Because at this point, I knew I had a limited amount of resources, because you can make someone mill a lot if they have a lot of battle cards. Or if you have multiple neg skills. So that's what I had to be worried about, leaving a Veku on field. But also, I had to manage to somehow awaken my leader to try to start spinning your stuff down, so that way it reduces your resources. But also, one of the unisons I was considering for this deck would have been so much more useful than the baby was the hit unison, to where I would just flip your leader over and he wouldn't constantly get those negs.
I mean, both sides do the same thing.
Well, but that's the thing is because what's the bonus on your awakened side that helps more? Because isn't there additional effect normally?
No, it's legit just the same card.
Well, then, you know what? Fuck you. But I think I ended up going here. I think I just hard cast it, don't I? Let me see. It's 6 or 5. No, I play 5.
I don't remember what's going on.
No, I play 3. I think I'm just doing a
Veku.
Veku. I think I just... Oh no, I do this one!
Oh, no.
I just do this one, pitching that, because I was going to play him and then do... I know what I did, because I'm going to play him just so that I can get I can get 3 cards at the end of my turn rather than 2, because this Gogeta lets me ramp a multicolor from my drop to my energy. And I play the Gokus and Vegetas that are multicolor, as well as the Gogetas. So that's what I was doing at this point. Let me see, what else are we doing?
You know, I think I do have a Bear Super combo in hand, because when I beamed, I untapped a red energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure I have a Bear Super. I also have 2 Oceanus in hand, so I don't think I Oceanus this game.
No, because I was refusing to attack because of it. That's why. Because I knew you would have
Oh.
an Oceanus.
Oh, I think I was just afraid that you were going to counter it.
Well, with a Golden 8.
Yeah.
And see, here I
don't
go.
know. I don't know if you play them in this deck.
Not in this deck. I originally did, but because the color mixture is so weird, because the Golden Avenger I believe is 5 blue energy, so I didn't want to play anything that requires high blue energy except for the Majin Buu Unison. That's what I do play. I know a lot of decks play the Zeno Unison, like 4 Zeno, then maybe 2 Buu. I did 3 baby 2 Buu because what I was running into is Zeno is good, but it conflicts with the other Gogeta effects so much. Here I just wanted to end on this. I'm gonna ramp. I'm gonna end the turn, ramp my energy. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that Gogeta right there, and then also ramp 2 more energy. This is something I realized, didn't realize until the end, was something that was troublesome. Was I ramped all 3 of my other multicolor Gogetas, so that one in my field was the last one I was gonna have. And I couldn't risk with letting Jim attack me, because if he did, he would just go ahead and start doing his arrival stuff, and having the Gogeta in my hand would just be detrimental at that point. And I do see your 2 Oceanuses, and I was thinking about that the entire time. I believe here, I hatched you, no?
No,
Yeah, I did. Because
yeah, okay.
Because then you couldn't attack anymore. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like, I was thinking in my head, this is my kill turn. Is if I stop him here, he just passes and I win. Because my thing has barrier. And then you're like, oh, well, I don't get to do anything. And now this is where this is the funny part. So the video is going to cut off here. But this is where I essentially just concede because Jim wins. Is because you're going to see him drop it right here. You can see where his thumb is right there. He's going to drop the Gohanks Unison. And that Gohanks Unison, he plays it right there. The video stops. When he plays that Gohanks, it wipes my 2 Gogetas, the last Gogetas I had, my Kales, my energy, and Jim is able to go and mill the rest of my deck out the following turn, because I had not only no more negates in my hand, but also my win con was gone, because I put all 3 of my Gogetas got ramped to my energy, which is the worst thing for a Gogeta player. And Jim ended up taking the tournament, not knowing he did.
I want to say that's how that paused is like a JoJo moment.
And
the music started playing.
And I was telling Jim too. It froze it because the video ended up cutting off. But this was Jim's first win at the local store, and especially with Cooler, because he loves Cooler. I'm like, all right, we have to put it. But how did you, Jim? On the last note, how'd you end up feeling with the day?
I had a massive headache, and thinking is hard. So I really enjoyed it. I may play it this week, so who knows?
Yeah, no, for real. By the time I post this video, it probably will be maybe Thursday. If you paid attention to our previous video, over at Koalaty Games, we're going to be having our box tournament on April 28th, cap off at 22 players. Hope to see some fresh new players there, as well as coming out to the other locals as well. Otherwise, me and Jim and the crew will be over there. Thanks for tuning into the video, and hope you guys hit that like button and subscribe and help support the channel.
Bye!